Hello and welcome back to Everything Boats with Captain Franklin here, where we discuss boats and boating, from maintenance and repairs to seamanship and safety, as well as everything in between. This podcast is a companion to my YouTube channel of the same name, so if you like and find it useful, be sure to subscribe and please check out my YouTube channel as well, where you'll find hundreds of informative videos on pretty much every boating topic imaginable. So today we're going to be talking about the art of rafting up. Rafting up can be a great way to enjoy the water with family and friends or strangers that are soon to be new friends. As with any social gathering, however, there are expectations and unwritten rules of etiquette to follow in order to keep that potential great experience from spiraling into disaster. Here's how to be the hit of the next raft up party. First off, start with some common sense and stay safe when rafting up. Only raft up in calm weather in a well-protected area, well away from boat traffic, preferably in a designated anchorage area if you are anchoring and not using a mooring ball. Next up, let's discuss the equipment you'll want to have on board when rafting up. Number one, you'll want fenders. Good fenders make for good raft ups, and you'll want at least 4 good-sized fenders at a minimum. And when it comes to fenders, less is more and big is better. And what I mean by that is 4 properly sized fenders will protect your hull and your raft up neighbor's hull better than 10 undersized fenders. More is also better, and you'll never hear anyone complain that they have too many oversized fenders on board during a raft up. If storage is an issue, look into inflatable fenders such as those offered by Easy Stow and Air Ray. Both are companies that offer large fenders that can be quickly inflated with a standard dinghy pump and deflated for easy storage. I'll post the link for both companies in the comments section below. The next thing you'll need are lines. You should have a bow line, a stern line, and at least 2 spring lines of suitable strength. Line diameter is going to be based on your vessel size. Your dock line size is probably a good guide, assuming that's correct. But 1/2 inch is pretty much the minimum for a raft up. Each line should be long enough to loop over your neighbor's cleat and have the line returned and secured to your cleat. Having a few spare lines on board is also a good idea. Anchor and rode. It's a good idea to have your anchor at the ready for quick deployment should the trouble require that the raft up break up unexpectedly. Bad weather or the anchor boat dragging, for example. Some captains don't like to raft up overnight due to the possibility of bad weather occurring unexpectedly, in which case you'll want to be ready when everyone derafts to find their own anchoring spot for the night. Anchoring and mooring ball considerations. As a general rule, the largest boat, which will typically be the heaviest and carry the largest anchor, will be the anchor boat. And this is the boat that's going to set the stage, it's going to set the anchor, and then all the other boats will tie to it. This is the same for anchor or host boats picking up a mooring ball as well. If more than 2 boats are rafting up, the anchor boat should remain in the middle with the other smaller boats alternating to port and starboard as they arrive. One big anchor with plenty of rode is sufficient for most typical raft ups in calm weather. Larger raft ups may require more than 1 anchor boat or deployment of a stern anchor to prevent excessive swinging. But the single anchor configuration is a lot simpler and eliminates the possibility of tangled anchor roads. The anchor boat will also want to let out extra scope, at least 7 to 1, even in quiet and calm conditions. All chain roads, of course, are a plus as well. If rafting up while on a mooring ball, ensure the mooring is of sufficient size and strength to accommodate the added strain of multiple boats. So let's talk a minute about pre-rafting preparations. When you're joining a raft up, always ask for permission before coming alongside another boat. Never assume it's okay to simply pull up alongside and start throwing lines aboard, no matter how well you may know the people on board. Even if you've been invited beforehand, you'll want to ask for permission and verify which side they want you to raft on. This can be done by pulling up within hailing distance or using your VHF radio. Once you've received permission and know which side to raft up on, stand off until your fenders are in position and your bow and stern lines are ready. One end attached to the respective cleats, the other coiled up and ready to heave. Keep 2 spring lines at the ready in the cockpit or within easy reach on deck. When all is ready, approach the host boat slowly from the stern. Sailboats should make their approach under power, while noting the effects of wind and current and adjusting accordingly. Steer parallel to the host boat until even and alongside, then bring your vessel to a stop and place the engine in neutral. At that point, the bow line should be heaved to the vessel's foredeck, followed quickly by the stern. Once the bow and the stern lines are made fast, position and secure the spring lines and switch off the engine. Make final line adjustments as needed so that your boat is straight and even alongside the host boat. Sailboats rafting up, take a look up, right? You want to make sure that your spreaders won't crash into each other should the boats roll. So in other words, if you've got two sailboats or more rafting up, take a look up. Make sure that your masts are kind of not aligned and your spreaders are not aligned so that they would rattle or hit each other if, in case of a rock due to wake or whatever. If you can't do a parallel approach, steer towards the bow of the host boat at a 45-degree angle. Toss your bow line over and then allow the boat to fall back and settle gently against the host boat by using wind or current. Never make a T-bone approach, in other words, the bow of your boat aimed at the host boat's side, and always keep your engine running and ready for instant use until secured alongside. As for the line attachments, your lines can be attached to cleats, winches, or any deck hard designed to take a side load. They should be snug enough to hold the boats closely together, essentially making them one with the raft, with fenders positioned at the beamiest part of your boat, usually amidships, to prevent hull-to-hull contact. Loose lines equate to excessive movement during wakes or waves, so check line tightness and fender placement regularly during your raft up to prevent hull damage. Once you're tied up, let's make sure that you know raft up etiquette. Number one, respect the privacy of the boats next to you. If you have to cross from one boat to the next, board amidships or where it's easiest, but cross each boat over the bow rather than the cockpit. For all powerboat raft ups, another option may be lining up stern so people, can pass from vessel to vessel on the swim platforms. Avoid stepping on varnished bright work, even with those fancy new deck shoes you may have on. Be considerate about music volume, bad language, or anything else that could annoy your neighbors. Bring enough food, beverages, and appetizers to share. And finally, lend a hand as other boats arrive or leave the raft up. Departures from a raft up should ideally take place in the reverse order of your arrival. Start your engine, and when ready to depart, remove lines in the opposite order they were attached. Spring lines first, followed by stern, and then the bow. If the host boat is leaving as well, be a pal and stand by a bit to see if they need any help, such as, raising the anchor, for example.